Okay, here we are again. Another train wreck cooking with Frost. Of course, disclaimers, I never have a clue what I'm doing, but we are going to cook and make stuff anyway because, hey, it's gotta be done. So, I like doing these videos because it shows people you don't really have to have pretty much a clue what you're doing to cook. You just gotta follow recipes. Like I found a Bolognese recipe. I'm not gonna say it's authentic or anything like that because I have no idea if it is or not. But it looked good. We're gonna do it. We do have to make some changes on it. As it calls for like white wine. I don't have white wine. It doesn't call for basil to go in it, but I had fresh basil in the garden, so that I picked this morning. So and chopped up. So we're gonna do it. And then of course, I'm gonna put some garlic in it as well because I love garlic. So definitely making some changes to the recipe. So we're gonna hope and pray it comes out all right. So if it doesn't, it probably will. But if it doesn't, be all right. Be learning experience of what we don't need to put in and what we don't. So let's get started. So I have pretty much low heat going in, and I did come across some pancetta, which I was shocked that my rural back end of nowhere southern town had it in there. So I didn't have to dice it or anything. It came pre-diced, which means processed food, and we don't like processed food. I think the recipe calls for 6 ounces. I have 4 ounces, so it'll have to do. So we are going to get that in there. Oh, look at that. It's already turning into a mess, but it's alright. And I guess we are putting it on low heat to slowly render, because I guess it's fatty. Thank God my hands are clean. Let's have some hand flavored pancetta. So we got that going. It's on low heat. I don't know, I guess until it's like kind of golden brown, and then we'll go to the next step. I may have to go through and look at the recipe because it's different from the sauce I do with my meatballs. But I felt like cooking today. I felt like doing something that I haven't done before. So we're going to do it, yeah. We're going to do it. We're going to have fun. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be a train wreck. So stay tuned. Alright, so it's starting to sizzle. Don't know if you can see or hear it. So it's slowly doing its job, releasing its juices, the grease, the oil, whatever you want to call it. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see how this turns out. So fun times. And yeah, I'm making some tea as well while I wait. So I want to get my wooden spoon out. Kind of stir it around just a little bit, just so it's one layer. And of course, while this is slowly doing it, if you haven't prepped, you can do your finely diced medium onion, 2 celery stalks, and dice 2 carrots, and get your sofrito or mirepoix, depending on the country. I think the mirepoix is from the French. Sofrito, of course, is from the Italian, so we're going to call it sofrito since we're making an Italian-esque dish. It's the same thing, but it's a base in a lot of dishes. Like I know I've had to do it when I do my braised short ribs and all that. So some grocery markets even have them frozen. So you don't want to go through all the labor doing it yourself. You can always use that. Though it does put water in the dish, so I kind of decided I didn't want to do that. So I decided I'd take the time, and this morning I did the prep, and then I minced some garlic as well, because you know, even though the recipe doesn't call for it, I like garlic, so we're going to put it in there. Alright, so this is what it's looking like after about 10 minutes, so I'm going to let it probably go another few minutes. I'll kind of let you know when I come back kind of how long it's been. I've been trying to take it, so I might do like another 10 minutes or so on there, just so that it renders some more and kind of gets a little bit golden. But it's my first time, so it's going to be some funness. I don't know if this is what it's supposed to look like or not, but I think it's okay. So we'll be back in probably about another 10 minutes. Alright, so it's been about another 10 minutes. It's looking good. It's rendered down quite a bit. So next step told me that I need to do a knob of butter. Well, I have no idea what a knob of butter is, so we're going to guess and say it's a tablespoon of butter. So we're going to do that. I think that should be enough. And we're going to get that melted in there. I think it's just calling for that because it wants enough fat to absorb for the sofrito. And I can't remember if I said what I did with the sofrito. I did 2 celery stalks, peeled and diced 2 medium-sized carrots. Well, I don't know if it's supposed to be frothing and foaming, but it's a frothing and a foaming. I don't ever see that in cooking videos myself, but I guess we're either doing something wrong or they're doing something completely different. But it's a good thing I only did a tablespoon because there's a lot of fat in here now. So enough for a good chunk of the sofrito to absorb. So this is what mine looks like. Yeah. Oh, hey kitty. So there's a kitty. Yeah. What? I'll pet you here in a minute. I'll pet you here in a minute. Yeah, so he's coming to visit. That one's Sullivan. Alright, so that's what my sofrito looks like. We're going to get that in there. With the fats. So, lots of veggies. So now we're going to crank it up on high. Yep, it looks like it's absorbing the fat, so. And let me see, let me look at time, so I see the time. And so we just want to make sure that the onions are translucent and the veggies are soft and tender. And that way they get cooked down a little bit. Let me check this recipe. And for some reason I like moving things around a lot, whether I need to or not. Check this recipe real fast, make sure I'm doing it right. If I gotta make any corrections, I'll let you know. Okay, so I've turned down the heat some, down to like medium high. And we're going to cook it for about 10 minutes. And I'm going to sip my tea and wave some of this smoke away. I don't know how they did it where you don't see all that smoke and stuff put on there. But it's looking pretty. It's looking pretty, I'd say. So we're making progress. We're doing good. I think the next change that I made is it called for a pound of ground beef and a pound of pork. But the only pork I have is some sweet Italian sausage, which is pork, so we're going to use it. And I think it'll be alright. And we'll kind of crumble it in so we don't have to break it apart. So I'll have to wash my hands a few times so you don't need all that cross-contamination. I think right before I do that though, after the 10 minutes or about at the 8-minute mark, I think I'm going to go ahead and put in the garlic. Because you don't want to cook garlic too long and burn it and it get all bitter and stuff. But it's looking pretty. I wish my cutting skills were up to par, because looks like I did more of a rough chop than a fine dice, which is okay. I think I heard somebody said that it used to be called a peasant chop, because I guess not having the energy or the time to make everything perfect and uniform and stuff like that. So, we're going to say I didn't do it wrong, that I just peasant chopped it. Alright, so it's been about 4 minutes. So here in another 4 minutes we'll come back and we'll get the garlic in. Alright, time for some garlic. So let's get all that in there. Mix it all together. Turn down the heat. And we're going to cook it for about a minute or two and then start with the meat. Alright, so now we're going to start putting in the meat. So getting that all crumbled in. That's the ground beef. Now we're doing the sausage. Crumble. We're gonna wash my hands real fast. Alright, so now we can finish working it up. Get all mixed up and start browning. So when it's time for the next step, we'll revisit and have some fun times. Alright, so now let's salt it. Yeah, I know it seems like a excessive bit, but it's really not. Yeah, we're still gonna cook it till it browns, which I never understood, because it never looks brown. But you know, it is what it is. So, and I don't know if I'm supposed to be doing this or not, but I always kind of like to move it around a little bit. So, I guess it makes me feel like I'm doing something important. It smells really good, though. Alright, so we'll let it cook a few more minutes, and then we will start the next phase. So I shall see y'all here in a few. Okay, so it doesn't look gray to me, but I think she's about ready. So we're going to pour some wine in there. Set about a cup, so I think that was about a cup. And I want to kind of scrape the bottom in case there's any stuck on bits. And then it just says simmer until evaporated. So I don't know if I put a cup in, but you know, it's wine, so it's good. So I ain't gonna judge you if you put some more in. This may take it a little bit longer to evaporate. And then whatever's left, just, you know, take a swill. Ain't nobody caring. Ain't nobody watching. Alright, so I'm going to let this simmer for a few, and then I guess when it evaporates, we'll see what's next. Alright, for the most part, looks like she is evaporated. So now we're going to add 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. And let it cook for a couple minutes before you mix it in. Or, well, it was kind of evaporated, so. Apparently it's supposed to deepen its flavor doing this, so we're going to do this for a couple minutes. And then, what is our next step? Oh yeah, stir in the tomato paste and cook for 2 minutes to deepen the flavor. Alright. So now, alright, it says passata. I don't know what passata is, but I'm sure it's tomatoes. So we got some canned tomatoes from the garden. That we are going to put in it. This is sizzling. We'll put it down a tad to medium. So, let's see if I can get these. Oh, so they're not crushed, so I need to get these in a bowl and crush them. Now, let's turn you around. See my other kitchen. So that's what they look like. So now we're just gonna crush them. Don't be afraid to get your hands in there. Alright, well, it's only going to be one thing of the tomatoes, because, oh, guess what? I can't get the other jar open. So, I've come prepared. And I'm just going to put a can of fresh tomatoes in there. Go with them. Let me turn you back around. There we go. So, not the best solution, but like I said, this is Trainwreck cooking. Crap happens. So, but we do got some fresh in there and some canned. All right. And beef stock. So how much beef stock do I need to put in there? Okay, so 2 cups of beef stock. Let me get that in there. Probably because of how long it's got to cook, it needs probably a lot of liquid. So, as my unprepared self, gets to it. So hopefully y'all are enjoying watching it bubble away. Alright, here comes beef broth. Stir it all up. Got that going in there. A little bit more salt. A little bit of pepper. Gotta get that pepper up in there. And then we are going to throw some basil in there. Oh, it's all over my hands. Oh well. Oh, it smells pungent. Alright, then. Yes, 2 bay leaves, which is probably optional. And then a little bit of nutmeg, which I don't use a lot of nutmeg, so I'm going to find some nutmeg, fresh red pepper, ground nutmeg. I'm sure it'd be better to use fresh, but I don't have fresh. So we're just gonna do a little bit of nutmeg in there. And then 2.5 hours for that. And it should be good, so I probably should start this about 45 minutes earlier. Oh well, it'd be alright. 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 Simmer on very low heat for 2 hours, stirring occasionally. So put it on low, let it do its thing. I'm going to clean up and then stir occasionally. So we shall return, my fine folks. Alright, here's a checkup on it. It's been about an hour, so it's reducing nicely. It's getting all nice, rich, and thick. Just how I like it. Been stirring it occasionally, just like it said. It smells amazing, y'all. It really does. So it looks like it's going to turn out pretty good. So we'll check back in about another hour and a half. See how she's looking then. Alright, here it is after another hour. So it's getting nice, rich. The liquids are cooking down out of it. So next test or showing is when it's done. Or final step anyway. Once I figure out what I'm doing. Okay, so it's been about 2.5 hours, so it's really thickened up. Smells really good, rich. The last step is a cup of whole milk, and we're going to cook it for another 30 minutes. So I don't like what it did to the color of it. So it called for a cup of warm whole milk. So we did that. So I want to get it cooking again. It's starting to thicken, or not thicken, but darken in color again, because I was kind of getting worried about it. Because I was like, oh no. I guess there's a process for us, so hopefully the process works. Okay, good. It's getting darker. Okay. Yay. Now we're going to cook it for another 30 minutes. And see how she does after that. Alright, so it looks like it's got back to its original color of red, so I'm not worried about it. I was a little worried about it at first because I put a cup of whole milk in it. And it really lightened it, so I was kind of like worried, did I mess up?
Did you call for milk?
Yeah. And white wine, I didn't have white wine, so I substituted with red wine, so we just gonna have to deal with it.
Well, it's not like you can tell when it gets in there.
Well, it does add flavor to it.
See, now it evaporates out.
You know, the alcohol evaporates out, but the flavor seeps into the sauce and the meat, so that's why they're just using like real wine versus the cooking wine. Alright, so now it's looking good. So here in a few minutes I'm going to start the pasta. Alright, so the color is looking really good on it. It's nice, thick, and rich. And then Mama had to yell at Mr. Miyagi because he decided to try to take a nibble of our salad. So I'm designated a certain spot of the salad now. Just somebody decide. I wish I got that on camera, but I did not. So I got the pasta cooking now. So once it gets done, we'll add it to the sauce with a little bit of pasta water. We'll serve. I'll show you what the plate looks like. And then we're going to eat because it smells good. And I already had Mama sneak a taste test and she said it was yummy. So it looks like it's doing what it's supposed to do. So we'll be back shortly. Alright, looks like everything's done. I put like how much pasta water did I put in? About a little bit under half a cup, just because we want to keep it nice and thick and rich. So now I'm going to drain the noodles and then I'll show you what it looks like on a plate and then we'll be done. Alright, we got the pasta in and then we're going to mix her up. Looks like it's cleaned quite well, so that makes me happy. I've probably messed up a lot of steps, but I don't care because it looks good. So it's sticking like it's supposed to. So it's pretty meaty, so lots of meat. So all right, let me get this on a plate. So give me a moment. All right, that's what she looks like. And then Mama's about to take a bite, so I'm gonna wait on her and get her judgment on it before I dig in. And she is giving it perfect, so it is good to go. So it'll be, oh, she said it was nice and rich too, so it's fitting to get posted.